What is going on, everybody? I just wanted to do a little video here, and I want to discuss some thoughts that's been on my mind lately. As always, I'm using no notes, no script, so I'm just winging it, playing it by ear, so I'll probably be jumping around here while I speak. But at any rate, you'll enjoy it. Let's talk about Chicago, Illinois, specifically. And one of the highest crime rates in this country is in Chicago, Illinois. And I'm going to tell you some of my thoughts. And they're also one of the most anti-gun cities in the United States with the highest crime rate. And I'm going to tell you some of the things of why I think that is. Well, number one, going all the way back to the days of Al Capone, there has been a lot of underhandedness, corruption in high places in Chicago, Illinois, all the way back to the days of Al Capone. All that money being made all over the streets, people in high places were getting their pockets lined. Don't ever think for a second that there weren't some judges, police chiefs, and things like that. Now, not everybody is going to be bad. Of course, you know, I'm not trying to say that. There's a lot of good policemen out there and different people like that. But in Chicago, Illinois, one of the most anti-gun people there is the police chief, the main police chief for the city of Chicago. And I'm going to tell you guys right now that this guy is as corrupt as they come. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. If Internal Affairs would do an investigation on him, that they would turn up so many things in this guy's closet, it wouldn't even be funny. Corruption always wants people to be disarmed. One of the first things Hitler did was disarm the public. In Germany, that's one of the first things he did. Corruption wants no competition. Corruption wants full power. So basically what I'm telling you is the police chief, the main police chief that's anti-gun and gets on TV and speaks about this stuff for Chicago, Illinois, is corrupt. He's getting his pockets lined. Now what happens with these guys is they start taking a little bit of money here and there. Because see, there's so much money flowing on the streets, and there's really no way to stop it. You can curb it, but you can't stop it, because there's so much money to be made. You take out 2 street dealers, and there's 8 more that pop up to take his place. So what happens is these policemen, the bad ones, they start taking money here and there, and pretty soon they start to live on this extra money, and then pretty soon they have to have it. They can't live without it. It's a must. It's a must-have. So pretty soon these corrupt cops and police chiefs and things are living on this extra money, and they have to have it now. So what kind of a buffoon, what kind of an idiot, what kind of a clown, how stupid would you have to be? How senseless would you have to be? How much of a caveman, living inside of a cave under a rock, would you have to be to think that disarming the law-abiding people of Chicago is going to curb crime? Who would ever think that? How much more the police chief in Chicago should know that law-abiding citizens having a right to carry a gun would only help things there, not hurt things. So when you look at it like that, and you know this man knows firsthand, seeing victims all the time that could have protected themselves, you know there's another reason why he's anti-gun. Corruption wants full power. That's absolutely all there is to it. That's the way it's always been. You would have to have no brain cell in your head to think that law-abiding citizens having more laws stuck on them are going to stop crime in Chicago. So you always will, in some certain circles and people, have people getting a piece of that pie of all those hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars that's being made on the streets in drug money and prostitution, basically anything you can name. These cops out there running the streets and these police chiefs, they come in contact with us all the time, seeing more money than you'd ever dream of. And what happens is they start getting a little taste for this, because it's just out there running, it's just out there on the streets like nothing, like water. And then pretty soon they start taking bribes and getting money from people, and unfortunately, and they become totally corrupt, like these police. I'm not going to say his name, but the police chief. You can look him up in videos and stuff. The police chief in Chicago that's very anti-gun, anti-constitution, anti-right to life and liberty. How do we have a tyrant that's a police chief? If you're anti-life and liberty and the ability for women and men and me to protect myself, you're a tyrant. You should be taken out of office. That corrupt police chief has no business even being in Chicago. They need to oust him. They need to start doing investigations on him, seeing how much money, seeing what he's bought through the years, investigating how much money he spends, and watching him when he doesn't know anyone's watching him. Because I'm telling you, there's a reason why he doesn't want American citizens to have their liberties, right to life, pursuit of happiness, ability to protect yourself. You can't throw law-abiding citizens in the same pot with the criminals running the streets, dealing drugs, prostitution, whatever else you can think of. You can't lump them all together. There's a big line, there's a big distinction there between the two. And he knows this. He sees victims firsthand. So it just like I said, it goes back all the way back to the days of Al Capone. There's still some that's getting their pockets padded real nice, and they're looking the other way, and sometimes probably even protecting some of these guys that are high up in crime in that city. And like I said, always remember, corruption wants full control. Full control is disarming the public. All right, guys, until next time, this is H4T, and I am